Testing, 1 2 1 2.
It's good on my end.
All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites of GMS, Louisiana, of the Lafayette branch, coming back once again with another live campus speaking. All right, but as always, before we get started, we already facing the east, so we want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem,
double honors to our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as teach well, and also peace and salutation to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom. Mighty shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Hey, so we back at it once again on the highways and the byways for another weekend. All right, through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai, preaching the everlasting gospel. All right, in the midst of this beast system, or the latter end of this beast system, shall I say, the fourth beast system, which is what? America, Babylon the Great, as well as aided by the NATO and the EU countries. Okay, because pursuant to Revelation, the 14th chapter, the 144,000, which is also known in the scriptures as the Tabernacle of David, all right, will be preaching a message throughout the four corners of the earth, all right, speaking directly against this fourth beast system, America, NATO, and the EU. Okay, preaching what? Don't worship the beast or its image. Don't take its charagma, or else what? You will be destroyed with fire and brimstone. Okay, when the Lord come back. All right, and to fear Yahweh by Shema Shah, for the hour of His judgment is getting ready to come. You see, and that's the message that we preach. All right, here in Great Millstone, starting with our apostles and our elders on down to the least of us. Okay, preaching and prophesying against this fourth beast system, which would be the last empire to rule the earth in these latter days for the end to come. Okay, your brother saying
I do. You got anything before? All right. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 15. It says, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. I got some word perverse.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we're at. We're in the midst of Babylon the Great, which is a crooked and perverse nation, okay, ruled by the biblical Edomites, and that's what we strive to be. We strive to be blameless and harmless without rebuke, okay, because we're going to need that type of report when Yahweh Shai comes back, all right, because that's what's going to make us liken unto virgins when Yahweh Shai comes back, being without blame, being found with no guile in our mouth, not being defiled with these other philosophies of the heathen nations and the philosophies of Babylon the Great, okay, and holding on to this truth, which makes us like unto lights, shine as lights in the midst of this crooked, this dark, perverse world that we live in, which the brother's going to bring out that word perverse.
This the word perverse from the online etymology. It says wicked, unnatural, degenerate, contrary, turn away. It says figuratively, turn away from what is right. It says wrong, malicious, spiteful, to corrupt.
And all those things perfectly describe America. Okay, unnatural, turned away from righteousness, corrupt, wicked, evil, malicious, you name it. All right, all these things perfectly explain the whole entire vibration of America, especially right now in 2024. All right, because as a matter of fact, even when you go, when you look up the word nature in the etymologyonline.com, it basically goes into a life-giving or life, something that produces life or gives life. Okay, and America, Babylon the Great, as well as the NATO and the EU, the last leg of this fourth beast system promotes nothing but death, destruction, and corruption. Okay, unrighteousness, which ultimately leads all to what? Death. You know?
Yeah. I got one. This is Matthew 5, 14. It says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but of the candlestick, and it is given light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."
Right. So hey, and that's Yahweh Shai speaking right there. He's telling like to the disciples, and that message also trickles down to us, the remnant in these latter days as well. All right, especially those of us that preach the gospel. You know, we're the lights of this world. Why? Because we have this truth. Okay, we have this truth, which is likened to light. All right, and as Yahweh Shai said, all right, this light cannot be hid. You know, because if you're in a dark room, or if you're in the midst of a world that's filled with darkness, and any small thing of light shows, okay, it's going to clearly show, you know, and that's what we're likening it to. All right, you know, starting with our apostles and elders on down, you know, we go out in the streets and preach the word, okay, and we let our light be shown. All right.
If I could just make a quick point, because back in Philippians 2 and 15, it read that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of our power, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation. Now let's identify that nation, and ultimately the nation as well that spearheads that nation, which is the biblical Edomites, chiefly Amalek, and that nation being America. This is just backing you up. This is Isaiah 27 and 1. In that day, the Lord, Yahweh, the Lord in all caps, whom the world ignorantly calls God, whose Hebrew name is Yahweh. In that day, the Lord Yahweh, with his sword and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
Right. And that's not talking about the actual creature Leviathan himself, but that's talking about Esau, okay, the piercing serpent. You know, Esau, we know that serpent in the garden in the beginning was not an actual snake that rode up on Eve and you know, talked to her. No, that was an actual man or nation of people that came with the left hand of philosophy. All right, and Esau, Edom, bears the spirit of the serpent to this very day. Okay, crooked, perverse. All right, even when you go into that word serpent in Genesis 3rd chapter, it goes into what? A person who deals with spells and fortune tellers, enchantments, basically a witch, you know. And Esau, Edom, somebody get that in Revelation, matter of fact, Revelation 12 and 9. Esau, Edom rules over this whole entire world via the America, NATO, and the EU in the spirit of the serpent. And can another brother, to back up Revelation 12, can another brother get Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, in the last verse in that chapter?
I'll get it, and I got one too. Okay. Hey, just backing the brother up, that crooked serpent, all right, Leviathan is likened onto this beast system, all right? That horn that sitteth upon many waters, 7 heads, 10 horns, all right? EU and the NATO, and that dragon is ultimately going to be cut down and cast down before the midst of the sea, these different nations, all right? And ultimately, America's allies are going to turn against them, man. Even your allies are going to turn against you. Esau, all right? That crooked serpent. So it says, Revelation 15 and 2, that the elect is going to get the victory over that crooked serpent, that old serpent, all right? It says, Revelation 15 and 2, and I saw as it were a fruit of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, that dragon, all right? It says, and over his image, this system, that crooked serpent. Because it says, when you go into that word perverse, I'll get it again. The word perverse says, turned away. This is from the online etymology. It says, turned away, contrary, askew. And that's ultimately the stance of America. America is turned away. It's contrary to everything that Yahweh Shem Yahushua promotes, everything that's biblical, everything that's upright. All right? That's why the scripture speaks of it as that crooked and perverse nation. All right? But ultimately, ultimately, as the city is, so is the people, roughly paraphrasing. So this nation is perverse, and so are its rulers. They're perverse, man. So America is a reflection of its rulers. So it says, back in Revelation 15:2, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his charagma, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. Just back you up. Oh, that's the 144,000, man. Just to back your brother up. But we're ultimately going to get the victory over this system that we're about to go into. All right? Over this extension of the Roman Empire, which is America. All right? We're going to get the victory over the system in its entirety. Not just over its military. We're going to get the victory over the mindset, the toxic mindset that's promoted here. We're going to get the victory over the oppression. We're going to defeat slavery, defeat death. It's much more than just, okay, well, the Lord just took down Esau's military. All right? The Navy, the Army, the other branches. All right? The Lord is going to take down this system, the fashion of this world, and he's going to implement a new system, but it starts with us right now in our physical bodies. All right? Through faith. But that's it, brother.
You know, brothers, like in Revelation 12.
Yes, I'm in Revelation. I go to 12. And we're at? We're about.
Old serpent,
All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil.
Right, and you know, of course, we know the great dragon, that red dragon, as it speaks of at the beginning of that chapter, is the revival of this ancient Roman system. Okay, America, NATO, and EU, ran by who? The biblical Edomites. You know, the dragon being the revival of ancient Rome, and then we know red is associated with Esau, Edom. The name Edom literally means red. You know, can you read that again, officer?
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out.
Cast out, and how is he being cast out? Through this word going out, casting down all of his strongholds, casting down the pseudoscience, casting down his false religions and his false education, his false so-called history. Okay, this devil is being cast out and cast down through the word going out. Okay, you got it up.
That's right. It says Revelation 12 and 9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And I got a precept too. It says he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So that, as I said, that old serpent. So this Esau Edom, okay, he was the spirit that's in Esau Edom today was the same that same serpent that was back there in the garden. And Esau rules his beast system and over the earth as a whole, okay, through the spirit of the serpent, which is what? Promoting his so-called fruit, which is what? His left-hand philosophies, his left-hand ways, rebellion against Yahweh Shemel, okay? And then through his technology, okay, through the way that Esau is promoting his technology with these they have what these called the Apple Pro Vision goggles, those goggles that you see people walking around the streets with, where they can see interactive things and through them to be able to control and navigate through their everyday lives and navigate their households or whatever.
That's right.
These are all miracles on the left hand side, all to do what? To give people the false illusion that they can be a god, many gods.
Can I say this? Like going into what the brother was saying about the goggles is ultimately when Esau wants to implant the charagma into you, right? He wants to implant it into your brain. So the idea of the Apple goggles and being able to, move things with your finger and all that type of technology like that, they want you to be able to do that through your actual physical eyes and be connected to what the cloud. All right, connected to the system, man. All right, that's what they want you to be, like Iron Man, and they do those kind of demonstrations of like being high tech and different things like that. Right, is what he do by his technology.
Just to back up, brother, it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. So he's got an agenda, but he's leading you and spoon feeding you to it. And the masses, like me and the brother were talking about this before the camera started rolling, the masses, the elites consider the masses as useless eaters, nothing but consumers. All right, just a great big garbage bin. Man. That's what America is treated like, man. A great big garbage bin. All right, anything is allowed here. It's just like a trash bin. So just to back the brother up, Revelation 12:9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. And the brother was going into it how ultimately that dragon is being cast out. Ultimately, the word is going out. The word is uncovering the lights and making the leg bare and revealing that America is that great whore. All right? That's been in bed with these different nations, and these nations are confirming and proving it through prophecy because they're ditching the American dollar. You got it, brother. I'll get it out. This is the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16, and it reads, Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. So by the Lord sending out the prophets, we're fishers. We're fishing for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But it's going to come upon a time through prophecy to where the elites are taken out of their power. That old serpent is cast out. American militaries, all right, which those angels go into, are cast down. And then the elites are going to be on the loose, in a sense, trying to hide and escape judgment. And at that point in time, through prophecy, the Lord is going to have raised us up into those celestial bodies, and we're going to go in and get those elites from those domes and these different clefts of the rocks. All right? But it's ultimately according to prophecy. And it's in the nature of, like the brother's going into, it's in the nature of this system crashing. All right? The beast in this image being brought down, man. But it starts with us. It may seem like, oh, you're just out there every weekend, but no. We're a great millstone onto this place, man. You got it, brother.
This is Proverbs 26 and 26. It says, "Who hated is covered. Who hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shown before the whole congregation." And that's what's happening right now at the moment, man. All right, the brothers is going into, he's being revealed by what? These different nations, all right? These nations are bringing forth the lies and hypocrisies of America, man, all right? They're bringing out the truth, all right? Even Esau's own, of his own line is bringing out dirt about his own nation, man, all right? It says, "Who diggeth a pit," he says, "Who diggeth a pit shall fall therein, right? And he shall roll it a stone, it will return unto him."
Heavy. If I could just say it, and that's even the mindset of these elites. They're digging that pit. They're going in these underground bunkers. All right? They're saying, oh, the Lord can't see us down here. They're saying, oh, well, our wickedness, that trail of blood that we left, nobody saw that. But the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he saw that. Not only did the Lord see that, the world is seeing it through our lenses. The Lord has woke us up to that mindset to know that, okay, well, even though he's done this on the planet Earth, he's not going to go unpunished. Even though this system seems as if it's a great nation on the planet Earth, speaking of America, look at how it's being brought down. We're the only ones that see the signs and ultimately know through prophecy that this system, the beast, this image, all right, it's being brought low, man. It's being brought to destruction. You got it, brother.
It continues to say, "A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin." And that's Esau, it says a lying tongue it says a lying tongue.
And that if I could just say that flattering mouth, like you have this sign here, that flattering mouth, those flattering words to the prophecy, how about Shimei Shah, the flattering words that Esau, like me and you were going into, this is something that's delusional. To the men of the Lord, we look at this as despicable, man. This is an abomination, all right? And the masses, the sheep, the sleep are ultimately gonna take this, man. And this is gonna be the new way of life. Lord willing, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. But we see that this system is literally at the door of these things, like the brothers holding up, man. Literally, we're one major event away from all these things on this sign, Revelation 13 and 16, all right? And leading up to those things, what the brothers going into, this extension of the Roman Empire being taken out, but it's leading up to that old serpent going with his move. And ultimately, how do you have to take a serpent out of power? You got to cut his head off, all right? The scripture speaks of that hoary head, ultimately. Esau Edom, man. He's being taken out of power, but it's coming with this, via this word, via this two-edged sword, man. That's what we're using. We're not using anything that you can actually physically touch. Wow.
And this, and just recently, a brother had posted today that China is basically mixing their social credit system with currency now, man. All right. So what that says, it says that based on, because you already know that through his social credit system. That he's going to limit us from being able to do certain things if we don't go along with his system, man. So if it's going to be a part of his currency, then that means that they may even, hit you with certain bonds if you speak on something. They may hit you with, time in jail. All different type of things, man. All right, because we know that the scriptures say that he's going to try to cast some of us into prison. All right, so he's going to do that. Because of what? We speaking this truth, man. All right?
Right. We go back to Revelation 12 and 9.
Okay.
Another brother, what's in Psalm 2. Last verse of the chapter.
Okay, this is back in Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Now I got to put the two. It says he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And that's going to start with America and its militaries and these other nations and their militaries. They're going to be cast out into the earth. All right, they're going to be cast down into slavery. All right, it tells you in Deuteronomy these curses shall take hold of your enemies, and they will start with Esau Edom. All right, now instead of us being subject unto our enemies are going to be subject unto us. It's going to start with Yahushua. Before Yahushua physically turns up, guess what he's telling us right now? Measure the time diligently. Set upon thy watch. Sigh and cry. This book is filled with lamentations, mournings, and woes, but the reward coming with Yahushua. It says, behold, I'm coming quickly, and my reward is with thee. But this is the book of Genesis, chapter 3. Just to make a point, because it said that old serpent. This is Genesis 3. And 1. Now the serpent was more subtle. Than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Just to back the brother's point up, that's going into the spirit that was in Esau Edom. All right? His nature, his ways, likening it onto a serpent. Okay? It tells you in Ezekiel, God was in the garden. He was decked out. He had his philosophy game on point, man. All right? And Eve went for it, and ultimately Adam fell for it, man. But you have that same serpent, that same spirit that was in Cain, the same spirit that's in Esau Edom. All right? The same spirit that's in chiefly Amalek today. These international banking families, that subtle spirit that's going to go with the ultimate move, Revelation 13 and 16, the Quran, all right? The ultimate move against Yahweh Shimei Shai. And according to Revelation 12 and 9, the scriptures say he's going to be cast down. His plan is going to be for you. You got it, brother.
I want to back the brother up by going into that word subtile, all right? The word subtile, it says smart.
Tell me where you read from, brother.
This is just the Google definition, all right? And it says subtile. It says smart. It says artful, cunning, all right? So he's cunning, man. He framing mischief by law, man. You know, he's wise to fulfill the evilness within his heart, man. All right, that's what Esau does, man. All right, because he says what in the scriptures? He says that he boasted his heart's desire. All right, and you can see that he boasted his heart's desire because what? He's letting everybody, basically do his will, man. By what? Living as thou will, man. All right, because that's his nature. According to what you said, who is not for that other word, I think it was nature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you go into nature, it goes into basically the trait. Like you'll find that trait within that species, like a cheetah or a bear.
Can a leopard change his spots?
Yeah, kind of.
So those that are accustomed to do evil are doing accustomed to what they were born to do. The wicked is estranged from the womb.
Yep.
So he's playing that role out on the planet Earth today, just like we're playing a role of good. This that word subtile from Genesis 3:1.
Strong's H 6175. Arum.
It says
Second entry.
subtile. It says crafty, sly, sensible. Now think of it in a way of somebody telling you something that's sensibly evil. Hey man, this is gonna be good for you. The charagma is the new thing on earth. You take it, you'll have access to buy, to sell. Don't worry about cash anymore. He's coming in that quote unquote sensible mindset, but it's crafty, it's subtle on the left hand side. Why? Because he's being led by the left-handed angel of the Lord, which is Satan, man. All right, a left-hand son of God. So it says shrewd, prudent, cunning, crafty, prudent. It says cunning, prudent, usually in a bad sense, and careful means prudent, basically. So he's careful on the left-hand side. All right, the scriptures tell you in the book of Ezekiel, thou art wiser than Daniel. There's no, you got another.
This is
That's Esau Edom. Who is Esau Edom? You got it.
This is Ezekiel 28:3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. That's right. So there's no secret counsel against the Lord, man. You can't hide what you're doing, all right, in the eyes of the Lord, man. The scriptures say that the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, man. All right. So you thinking that you're actually getting away with your deeds, all right, behind these closed doors, these sacrifices, these rituals, all right, your plans, all right, to stab the masses of the people, all right. It's not hid, man, because the Lord has given us what? The word to understand your pits and your falls and your traps, man. All right. But I also got one. This is what is it? Wise men out of team? I was sure the wise men out of team. That's the way to die. I got it right here. All right, I'll read it for you. All right.
This is Obadiah. I'll start at 6. 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right. People that are in agreement with you, man, all right, they're going to ultimately turn their back on you. All right, the United Nations, all right, that you're a part of right now, all right, those people do something that's basically going to make these nations turn against you, man. All right? And we're waiting to see what that exactly is, man. We know that these prophecies in the Bible are true because we see these other nations rising up against America. All right? We see Russia. All right? We see all these other countries, man. All right? Saying how you don't deal fairly, man. All right? So your reward is what? Destruction, man. All right? As the Bible says.
Yeah, you made a beautiful point earlier where it says, he that diggeth a pit shall fall therein. It tells you in the book of Daniel, I believe the 7th chapter, it says, he that was more stout than his fellows. And speaking of America, so that pride in your heart has deceived you. All right? You think that you're going to go with Revelation 13 and 16, but ultimately the Lord is going to foil your plan. All right? America thinks that its stance in the world, in accordance to world dominance, is going to last, but these nations are backing away from your dollar. They're backing away from your fiat currency now. All right? It tells you that Babylon had made it, the nations drunk, therefore the nations are mad. So we know ultimately what you're going to do to be taken out of power, man. All right? You got it, brother.
When they went into the wise men of Teman, I believe
That's the next verse. This is Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mouth of Esau?
Yeah, that's those mad scientists that created the bombs, man. All right, during the war. All right, you got America that took some scientists, and you also had Russia and these other countries as well. All right, that took some of the scientists to what helped create their nuclear powers, man, their bombs and different things like that, man. But that was all given to you by the Most High, man. You didn't figure that out on your own, man. The Most High made it for you to be able to have that type of knowledge just so you can destroy yourself, man.
Yeah.
All right.
The Lord said He created the smith that bloweth the coal,
Right.
for an instrument for His work. All right. The Lord said He bring it down Lafayette. So our strength coming from Yahweh Shai, not in this system. But this system literally wants us to give our strength to it in order to live, man. So we're trying to get closer to the image of Yahweh Shai, and the system is trying to put us closer to its image, man. To the image of the Quran, man, which is no image at all, man. So it says, back in Obadiah 1 and 9, and thy Obadiah 1 and 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, that's some Germans, man. That's the wise men of Teman, man. All right, the Lord's gonna cut off, Esau ultimately permanently, man. All right, after those 1,000 years. All right,
He said he is going to cut him off.
Yeah. He's gonna basically, as of right now, he didn't allow them to destroy themselves with their own creation. All right, given by God. He enslaved and then he destroyed, man. All right, come off the face of the earth. All right, eradicate, get rid of it, man. All right, so that's the future of Esau Edom, man. All right, so that what peace and tranquility can come upon the earth again, man. Because the devil is evil. And what he said earlier, he said what? He said that so is the king, so is the city of the people, man. All right, so we see how these people are, man. All right, we see the mindset of these people and what they agree upon. They agree with this system, which is wicked, man. All right.
Speaking of, this is back in your verse. Isaiah 14 and 22. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and the nephew, said the Lord Yahweh.
Yes. Yeah. So the sons and nephews basically represents the males. Okay, the Lord, which basically represents the seed. Because hey, even when you go into our laws and the scriptures, when the Lord whenever our forefathers went out to make war against a heathen nation, we would basically eradicate all the males of that nation for the purpose of what? Cutting off that seed, you know. And not only that, but by cutting off a seed line, that would also cut off whatever that seed inherits as well. Whatever lands they have, whatever wealth they have, you know. And so when the Lord says He's going to cut off the son, the nephew, all these things, basically symbolic of what? There's going to come a point in time where the Lord's going to cut off all the seed of Esau, Edom. Okay, as well as whatever wealth they have, whatever lands they have, all that's going to be cut off from the Edomites. One of y'all brothers get Wisdom of Solomon 2. I got the last verse.
Bring that up for you real quick.
Yeah, I want to get back up to what said that Judah.
I got it right now. This is Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh had spoken it.
That's backing up what the brother just said about cutting off Esau's line, man. All right, that's what's going to happen in the kingdom, man. We're going to get rid of it. Right? Esau's going to be as a bad dream, as the scripture says. He's going to be as a shadow that passes beyond us, man. All right? We're going to be telling our children, all right, about Esau and about we're going to be telling our children about Esau, Edom, and also this is going to be a memorial of wickedness, all right, which is Babylon, America, all right. It's going to be what a desert, all right.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
You just show the Arabians pitched here, all right, doleful creatures, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be the result of this placement. Revelation the 15th chapter, beholding that place in the sea of glass, all right. This place is going to be a lake of fire, man. Right where we stand right now, man. Because why? The blood cried out, the innocent blood cried out. It's likened on to Abel. It's likened on to the elect, all right. We're sighing and we're crying out, saying that the system is going to be taken out. The brother went into it beautifully earlier about Revelation 14 chapter, those lyrics. Fear Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, Babylon is going to be taken out of power. Don't take the Quran, all right? So this is just to back up your point, because after that 1,000-year period, all right, we're still going to rule in the kingdom. We're not going to be taken out of rulership after that 1,000-year period. That's just a restoration and a cleansing period, all right? And after the end of that 1,000-year period, Esau, Edom is going to be cut off, all right? This is Daniel 7, just back you brothers up. In 18, it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the earth, Salakia. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
The saints shall take the kingdom. Okay, because Esau, Edom, he's not going to give us the kingdom. Okay, this man is not going to go down, all right, without a fight. So through Yahweh Shai, okay, we're going to have to take it from this man. We're going to have to take this man rulership from him, as well as take over the planet Earth. Okay, and through Yahweh Shai, we're going to accomplish that valiantly, like it says in Numbers the 24th chapter. Israel shall deal valiantly, roughly paraphrasing it, So hey, the kingdom is ultimately set, all right, for Jacob, starting with the elect through Yahweh Shai. We just got to continue doing our part on this side, making our calling and election sure, offering up the right sacrifice, staying prayed up, all right, staying connected with Yahweh Shema Shah, so that we can be first fruits, to be joint heirs with the glory that Yahweh Shah is going to receive. All right?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verses 24. It says, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it.
Right. Through envy of the devil. All right. And that's alluding to the serpent in the garden. You know, it was through his ways and his philosophies and Adam and Eve, obeying his ways that led to our nation being subject to death. All right. And the fact that Esau Edom rules over the earth through the vibration and the philosophies of the serpent, what do we see all throughout the earth? Death in different forms. Okay, death via the food, death via the this damn water that we drinking. We drinking out of plastic bottles with all types of chemicals in it. Okay, we see death in the form of Esau destroying the family structure. Okay, because that was one of the serpent's main tactics to bring forth death into the earth. All right, because essentially by him going to Eve and deceiving Eve, that did what? It basically broke up their family structure. It broke up their marriage. To set up Eve over Adam.
Second Corinthians 11 and 2 through 3. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahushua Mashiach. But
that's what our apostles and others of Great Millstone have been doing for the least of us. Okay, building us up as chaste virgins to Yahweh Shemal Shah, and espousing us to make ourselves ready for the marriage of the Lamb, the new covenant. Okay.
One wife is ministry, right? It's true. The elders and apostles down to the least of us, this is like a marriage, man. We're married to the Lord. All right, to whom the word really calls God and Jesus Christ, man. The Lord said present ourselves as virgins via our mindsets. All right? Sound doctrine. Teaching the same thing. All those things develop the mindset and the hopeful elect in the spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shah. It promotes us to do these things in righteousness, man, the fruits of the spirit. All right? So it says, verse 3, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Right. And our apostles and elders of Great Millstone have been, doing everything that they can to this very day through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shai to keep the church from being beguiled by the serpent Esau Edom all over again. Because even, going back to Adam and Eve, right? We know through the spirit that Adam was Yahweh Shai, the first Adam, all right? And Eve basically represented the church. She basically represented the church, which the name Eve goes into living. And the Apostle Peter likens us, the elect, the hopeful elect, to lively stones. So our apostles and elders of Great Millstone have been, building us up and rooting us.
So one woman, Wisdom Sophia.
Yep.
This ministry, man. This is our first love. Yahweh Shah spoken it. I have someone against it because you have left our first love. Return unto it, repent, and do the first works. That's why we're here today. In faith, though. It's a fight in faith, man. All right? I got one after you, bro. All right, I got one after you.
This is Revelations 22 and 11. He that is just, let him be just still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Yeah, it's basically going into, what that brother was just saying. Our elders and our apostles are guiding us in the right direction. All right, keeping us, with that level head and staying focused, man. All right, while the world is what? Keeping them focused on the worldly things, man. So the scripture is saying, let the just be just and let the wicked be wicked, man. All right? Everybody follow their own mind. All right?
Thank you, real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 12. For our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, but by the grace of our power, we have had our conversation in the world and more abundantly to you word. 2 2 Corinthians 1 and 12, for our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, and that's ultimately the wisdom that Esau Edom promotes. Like it went into, it says, 2 Corinthians 11 and 3, but I fear lest any means as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. And that's ultimately us coming back to this language of the truth, the ways, the character, being brought back to the image of Yahweh Shai. That simplicity, man. All right? And Esau comes with that left-handed subtlety. All right? Like it's going to say, 2 Corinthians 1 and 12, for our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom likened unto the subtlety of the serpent. It says, but by the grace of our power, we have had our conversation in the world, and more abundantly to do glory.
We're not a part of this world. I mean, you say that Jesus tells us that what? The Lord has chosen us out of this world. All right? Because what? We're not of this world. All right? So what we move differently than the, the average person that you see here. Now, because why? We have this knowledge, we have this wisdom and understanding now. All right? From Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right?
Give me Proverbs 8 and 35.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 35. For whoso findeth me, can I start at 3?
No, it's fine.
Proverbs 8 and 33. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Does the scripture say how long the simple one should love simplicity? So it says, Proverbs 8 and 33. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors.
Can you read that verse one more time?
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 34. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors.
Right. And that scripture can be applied today to, those of us that, that watch these videos. You tune into the live videos and get, take notes, get edified. You constantly waiting for the next video that each brother or each camp posts, to continue to be edified and built up. Hey, like I said, blessed are you, okay? And that applies to us as well, because we were all, before we were on the front lines teaching this word, we were all just, tuning in, watching videos, taking notes, okay, getting built up, all right, which we still do that to this very day. But guess what? We've seen how the Lord has blessed us through that type of diligence. As God is on the front lines, teaching His word and feeding you, those of you that's watching this live stream right now, Go ahead.
It says, Proverbs 8 and 35, for whoso findeth me findeth life.
And who is the me that is speaking of in that chapter? When you read Proverbs 8, talking about wisdom, instruction, knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai. So whoso findeth the wisdom and the understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai, as it said, findeth life. Go ahead.
Proverbs 8 and 35, for whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord.
Go ahead.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death.
Right. And Esau, okay, because the main point I want to bring out in that verse is Esau. Esau hates Yahweh Shema Shai, just as Yahweh Shema Shai hates him. So therefore what? What is the vibration? The vibration that Esau pushes? Death. Okay, everything that this man has set up in the earth is all for the purpose of death. Okay, to work against you, to work against your body, to work against your mind, to work against your spirit. Okay, and this right here, as we showed earlier in the screen, this is going to be Esau's ultimate instrument of death. Real quick, I have the etymology of the word nature, because I spoke of it earlier, but I want to bring it out real quick. Now, real quick, This is the definition of the word nature from etymonline.com. It says late 13th century restorative powers of the body, bodily processes, powers of growth. Okay, and everything that Esau has set up on the earth is against nature. It's against restorative powers of the body and healing and things like that.
Yeah,
it's
against order.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it's actually going to it. It says from Old French, natural. It says being principle of life. So when things are in their natural order, their natural course, okay, it's the principal thing of life. It keeps life to continue going on and continue growing. Okay, and then I'm gonna jump down to the second paragraph. It says mid 14th century, as the forces or processes of the material world, that which produces living things. So when things are in their natural order, their natural state, they help produce living things. They help produce life. Okay, and basically how does nature take its course? What does it all start with ultimately? The wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Shai. He that findeth me, as it said, findeth what? Life. It says, as the forces or processes of the material world, that which produces living things.
And what?
That which produces living things.
This is
and maintains order. You got it.
Say that one more time, Michelle.
That which produces living things and maintains order.
A small example, Genesis 1:11, and the Elohim said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed. The herb yielding seed means what? Produces seed. Just backing the brother up, seed is life. All right? These different things that we consume that are supposed to be, because food is medicine, right? So it's supposed to be medicine for our body. They're not giving it life. They're not giving us life in exchange, because what we eat is supposed to give us life. So when Esau Edom giving us this defiled bread, it's throwing off the natural course of nature. The sea is raging, the waves are roaring, the inhabitants, they're mourning, man. Even the creatures under the sea, man. Like the brother goes into all the time, whales beaching themselves, all right? Toxins in the sea. And just to say he's only discovered in his research 5%, which we know is not even 5%, look what you've done with the 5%, man. If you discovered that much, which we know you haven't, man. Look what you've done with it, man. You opposed and exalted yourself against everything that's Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and I got that one too, man. You literally, like brother made a great point, you literally hate the Most High, man. The Lord created you to hate him, man. To oppose and exalt yourself against him so the Lord can ultimately show who's the true power on the earth. Not the counterfeit power, not the working miracles, not the deception, not the subtlety. Esau, that old serpent is going to be cast down. You got it, brother.
Got a quick one. This is Job chapter 28, verse 5. It says, as for the earth, out of it cometh bread, and under it is turned up as it were fire. So it says again, as for the earth, out of it cometh bread.
That's right. Substance. Produce.
Herbs.
That's right, man. All those things, the Lord created us. Like brother goes into that with that guy Orlando Brown. The grapes, the air, they charging us for everything, man. Nothing is yielded. They're literally charging us and oppressing us and using us through these different prices for food that not only one is supposed to be free, but two also is not even giving us produce. It's not even yielding. All right. Bro, what do you mean? 10 wings cost $30? Come on, man.
And that's a waste of the serpent, because the brother read earlier in Genesis 1, Genesis the first chapter, when the Elohim created the heavens and the earth, the Most High said what? He said it is good. Everything that the Elohim created, all right, the Most High approved on it and said that it's good, meaning what? It's beneficial, it's profitable, for man and beast and nature. But what did the serpent come with? Now, what the Most High said isn't good. Okay, I can make things better. Okay, you should not surely die. And these foods, these corrupt, defiled, altered foods, and this polluted water that we drink, this polluted air that we breathe, it's all the results of the ways of the serpent. You know, having power over the things of the earth and having power over the Lord's creation. You know, all this brought forth was it's nothing but death. Okay, death, decay, corruption, destruction, perverseness. You know.
I got something. This is Proverbs 29 and 14. It says, "Therefore, behold, I will, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among his people, even a marvelous work, even a marvelous work and wonder. The wisdom of the wise man shall perish, and the understanding of the prudent man shall be hid. Woe unto them that seek ye to hide their counsel from the Lord. Their works are in the dark, and they say, Who seeth us, and who knoweth us? It says, Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, for their works say of him that made it, He made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, He have no understanding." And like the brother was going into, the different things that give us life, all right, because we consume different things, okay, herbs and vegetables and different things like that, all right, to give us life, to give us energy, substance. What Esau does, man, all right, he's making what, 3D food, all right, he's printing 3D meats, fish, and all kind of things like that, and saying that it's more beneficial for you and the ecosystem and the livestock as well, man.
Better than nature.
Yeah, that's right. So this is what the devil is doing, man. He's taking life and replacing it with death, man. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he said, well, in Revelation that he's what, the pale horse. All right, he comes to destroy. All right. So
Red horse.
Yeah. That's right.
Real quick, I got a quick one for you. Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
That's right. So the bitter is this truth, man. All right. The bitter is the harsh reality of what America really is. All right. What America really stands for and the image that it portrays, man. All right. The real image. All right. And especially if you live here, you know that there is no American dream, man.
Yeah.
All right. And as that guy Carl, I forgot his last name, but he basically said, in order to be a part of the American dream, you got to be a dream or asleep to be a part of it, man. And that's the truth, man. All right, you literally got to be asleep. You got to be within the system, zoned in. You really got to be locked in. All right.
The American dream is just that. You have to be asleep to believe it.
Right.
And just to back you up, like you mentioned that bitter is the truth. And you can liken that sweet unto those lies. The scriptures say that our enemy speaking sweetly. All right? And he imagined how he could throw you into that pit. But it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. And if you replace that word sweet here and just put lies, and bitter here and put truth, it'll sound like that put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put truth for lies and lies for truth. Or bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's Esau, the father of lies. All right? On the planet Earth, he has a massive deception going on. Like the brother quoted earlier, this is completely the matrix. People are popping in, floating around in society, all throughout this downtown area, man, having complete and no idea of what's about to happen here. At any moment, it could all change. That they could never go back to that office desk, never go back to building those scaffolds, never go back to that emergency room. All right? Speaking of you medical professionals, life can change it as we know it for the prophets, man. The scriptures say, he that endured it to the end shall be saved, man. So we got to fight on a daily to get to the next day, man. The sun go down, another one goes, man. We made it. That's how these days have been going, man. All So we're putting on that whole armor to resist what's coming next, man. All right? To be made ultimately into the image of Yahushua, not to be made into the image of this system, man. All right? Which is the promotion that's spearheaded by these international banking families. This is nothing, man.
And we know that they have a short time, as you say. So, with that guy, David Rothschild, he just died. So what, man? They like,
Jacob.
He got it. Jacob Rothschild. They like, we gotta speed this thing up, man.
Red shield, right?
Yeah.
A red shield supplanter. A red supplanter. That's what this guy was. All right? Yeah. JR, man. You got it, bro. And how you going to let a base man tell you, hey, this is your salvation right here, Revelation 13 and 16. That's literally a prophecy in there for us to be warned and say, come not near it, man. When we're going into Revelation 13, all the way down when it goes into the conception of the miracles, this being an extension of the Roman Empire, all right, all the way down to the Quran, that's the Lord saying, take heed of these things, man. All right? We're living in these exact times, and the world is literally oblivious to everything that's going on. You got it, bro.
Second verse 11, start at 37. And also, too, just to make this point before y'all get second, as y'all get the second entries, in the midst of all this death and decay and these agendas that the elites are pushing, where in the hell is the Christian church at? All right, these self-righteous, going to church every Sunday, wearing these hard-ass dress shoes, these Christians. Where's the Christian church at to speak out against all these things that we've been going over in this camp? Okay, nowhere to be found. Okay, in the midst of all this wickedness that we see going on the earth, there should be literally a Christian preacher, preaching on every corner throughout every major city across this country. All right, but where are they at? Sitting in their pulpits, wearing them shiny ass suits with them hard ass shoes, teaching nothing but BS, going off of the scriptures, and at the same time demanding money.
Stealing your money.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And plotting adultery against your wife. Okay, that's what the Christian church is doing here in this Saturday, as well as finding ways to come up against the Israelites. Okay, these Christians and these people that's in these other religions, they don't have nothing to say against all this death and decay and all this wickedness that's going on in the earth, ran by the Edomites. Okay, the biblical Edomites. So that's just another testimony, letting us know. All right, us Israelites know that we must have the truth. Okay, we must have the truth because we're the only ones, starting with our apostles and elders on down to least of us, that's fervently every week and every day speaking out against all this wickedness is going on in the earth, and calling out who's the one who's at the forefront and behind the scenes of all this wickedness, and that's Esau Edom through this beast system.
This is Jeremiah 23:1. All right, it says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock, and have driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of their doings, saith the Lord.
And that's why over the past 10 or so years, you've been seeing a lot of our people leaving out of these Christian churches because these pastors in these churches are scattering our people, as it just said. They're not gathering our people, especially they're not waking our people to the fact that they're Israelites, and they're not speaking out against all the evil that's going on in the earth. They're dead silent and basically running our people away from the Bible. And that's why you've been seeing over the past few years a lot of our people openly getting into witchcraft, especially our women, practicing all forms of left hand magic and tarot cards and all type of other stuff. Because hey, when you go into it, like when you go on YouTube or whatever, and you watch videos of like atheists giving out their testimony of why they became atheists and stuff like that. A lot of them were Christians before they became atheists. They grew up going to church, or they were raised up in a family where the majority of their family members were Christians who went to church and whatnot. But then eventually, at some point of their life, they eventually stopped believing, they stopped going to church, and they became atheists. And a large reason for that is because these Christians have done a horrible job at representing the God of the Bible and in teaching the Bible. You see, but then that's where the Israelites come in. Okay, we bring out the truth of the Bible. All right, and even as our apostles and various elder brothers say, the Israelites, okay, the Hebrew Israelites have revolutionized how to teach the Bible. Because our apostles and elders on down to least of us, we go into history, we go into words, we go into geography, languages, okay, to better break down the Bible.
Secular history.
Yeah. Something that these Christians have never been able to do.
Jeremiah 28:8, that's geopolitics. Probably that before me and before me of old. So not only do we go into current historical events, but past historical events, secular history, like the brother's going into, that's a part of prophecy. All right, that's a part of understanding and measuring the times and weighing the times. You got it, brother.
God, this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to error, and they that lead them are destroyed. That's right, the blind leading the blind, man. All right? They're destroyed, they're falling into a pit, man. All right? You have these regular modern day churches, and then you have the pastors of our people that are calling themselves what? Hebrew Israelites. All right? Saying that the charagma is not the charagma. All right? Saying that the Lord's name doesn't matter, that you don't need it to be saved. Okay? I mean, you have a whole bunch of different doctrines out there, man. All right? Causing our people to err, leading our people to what? The slaughter, man. All right? Leading the sheep to the slaughter, man. All right? And again, these same people that you're leading to the slaughter are going to come to try to slaughter you, man, because what? You preach those false doctrines, man. All right? Those man-made traditions of men. Listen, Colossians.
I get it for you. I get it for you. This is the book of Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you. Wow. Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach.
That's right. After the rudiments of the world. Taking the scriptures and what? Molding it to the emotions of people, man. Making them comfortable, making them okay, saying everybody come as you are, all right, accepting all right. That's not the Bible, that's not the scriptures. All right, everybody can be saved. The Most High is coming to deliver everybody. All right, He's coming to rapture the chosen. All right, you have all kinds of different traditions of men. All right, sayings of men. All right, but what? We out here debunking those things, man. All right, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right.
Real quick, 2 Peter 1:16 backing you up. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables, when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty.
That's right, man. So he wasn't persuaded by what? The words of these different pastors, the words of these different men. When we heard the word, he was locked in. He said, oh man, this is the truth for sure. Like, this is no doubt the truth.
Revelation, the 5th
Right?
chapter.
Yeah, that separation, you know, basically making that separation, man. All right? Between who's the elect and who isn't, man. Lord willing, to the end, that's who we may be, man. All right?
If y'all didn't have it, I think we could get that 2 Genesis 11, 37.
Second Ezra 11 and 37. And it says, and I behold, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the woods, and I saw that he set out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said,
Right. And the eagle, when you read this chapter, it goes into the ancient Roman Empire. And then eventually it goes into the revival of the ancient Roman Empire, which is what? America, NATO, and the EU. Okay? And this lion that is speaking of in verse 37 right here, that's basically symbolic of Yahushua, the lion of the tribe of Judah, as it says in Revelation 5th chapter. Okay? So this lion, Yahushua, sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, said, okay,
Got a quick one. This is Obadiah 1 and 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
And the Lord has made the Edomites small and despised here in these latter days. Okay? Because what? Esau is being made bare. America is being made bare. The whole history of how America was built and how the NATO and the EU was built and how the so-called royal family came into power and all these things. The Federal Reserve.
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Yep. All these things are coming out on the forefront, via social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or X, shall I say, and all these things. And so therefore, what? All this truth is basically making Esau small, insignificant, and despised in these latter days. You got it up.
All right. It says, Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Okay. Going into the history of how he was a caveman during the so-called Dark Ages, living in the caves, living in the clefts of the rock, okay, and setting his habitation up high. When you go to places like Petra over there in the Middle East, okay, it's basically like a one big, right? Ancient Petra over there in the Middle East, it's basically like one big cave system, all right? One big cave system with basically a carving within one of the walls of Petra that basically looked like the Wall Street building today.
Yeah.
Showing you what? That ancient Roman, Greco-Roman style architecture. Showing you what? That Esau, Edom, was the ruler over ancient Greece and ancient Rome.
And like it tells you in Revelation, the 12th chapter, around the 16th verse, the earth helped a woman. And that's going into nature. And like it tells you in Revelation, the 12th chapter, around the 16th verse, the earth helped a woman. And that's basically going into the history, helping the nation of Israel, revealing Esau and Edom as the wicked, as the border of wickedness throughout the earth, like the brother was going into, making him small among the heathen, making him, his pride, deceive him. Obadiah 1 and 3, the pride of thine heart had deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
And that's the mindset of Esau in his latter days. His pride has deceived him so much to where he believes he'll never go down. And once again, we got to show this again. This right here is the height of Esau's pride right here. Because if Esau could put this inside of people's right hand or their foreheads or wherever part of their body, that's going to make Esau a god, okay, on the earth.
That means he's fully in control in that leadership capacity that the Lord gave him. If he's able to perform this, that means he's gotten to the point to where the Lord's got to take him out, man.
Yes.
He's got to be taken, like the scriptures say, he that letter will now let until he be taken out of the way. The Lord is letting you perform only what the Lord wants you to perform. He saw the scriptures tell you that he set it bounds that you cannot pass. So you have a cap, you have a ceiling on your rulership, Esau, and it's going to end with you implementing Revelation 13 chapter the 16th verse. So it says Obadiah 1 and 4, just backing the brother up in 2nd Ezra 11. Obadiah 1 and 4, Obadiah 1 and 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh.
So Esau, all throughout history, has represented himself as the eagle, okay, the bald eagle, going back to ancient Greece, going back to ancient Rome, all right, and even after the Renaissance period, okay, the Spanish Empire, what was that emblem? The eagle. The Russian, okay, when Esau started taking over Russia in around 1453-ish, all right, what is the symbol of Russia today? The eagle. The symbol of France, the eagle. The symbol of Great Britain, the eagle. Germany, the eagle. And of course, the United States of America, what is their symbol? The eagle. So showing you what? That all these different kingdoms that we just mentioned would all be ruled by the biblical Edomites. All right, letting us know that this is this man's kingdom. Okay?
Germany, the eagle. The Lord said he's going to destroy the wise men out of Teman. So the Lord is showing, ultimately, that's an omen for Esau, Edom being taken out of power, man. All right? The pride of thine heart had deceived thee. Eagle is bird's eye view. Can see from many, many, many distances away. Keen sight. Swoops down and not only has vision but strength. So the Lord is saying that evil has been deceived. Your vision is no vision at all. All right? The scriptures say where, man, I don't want to butcher it, but it says basically where there's no vision, the people perish. So that's that evil being deceived, man. So it says, Obadiah 1 and 4 again, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh.
You see how Esau, basically exalts himself up to the stars through his space program, SpaceX, putting satellites up there in space. All right, but guess what? The Lord is getting ready to send Yahweh Shai and the angels back through the chariots to bring all that stuff down. All right, and ultimately bring Esau down as well, his rulership, because what? Because he's ruling in so much great pride and so much great rebellion. Matter of fact, that I mentioned it real quick. Proverbs 17 and verse 11.
Because just back in New York, the Lord said Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. The Lord said he's going to cut Esau down. What's the pride of Esau? Quote unquote America, right? This is your bread and butter. This is your cash cow. But that cow is looking anorexic now, man. The ribs are showing. And these nations are saying, hey, we can't get no more produce out of this thing, man. Look at their mindsets. They're perverse. They switch man and woman upside down. Here in America, it's total confusion, man. These other nations are looking at this place and seeing it for that horror really is. Oh, man, look what it's doing to our nation of people. That Americanized mindset, and they hate it, man. They hate that westernized mindset, man. These other nations.
Yeah, that's why a lot of these rappers, musicians, they can't go on the other side and do tours, man. All right, because why? Especially these women, man. Because what? They're gonna influence, all right, these other nations to what? Do it.
It's like wine. Like you say, hey, drink some of this, then the other nation drinks. Then it has an influence and an effect on the nation of people. Okay, now they're under that same mindset.
That wine be loosening them up. feel good, loosen you up. All right.
Yep.
That's likening what this wine of America does to these other nations. Make them totally forget their morals, man. Their moral code. All right. Strong drink.
One of y'all brothers get up Proverbs 17:11 real quick.
I get it for you. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 11. And it reads, Proverbs 17 and 11, an evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
Esau is an evil man. He seeks nothing but rebellion against Yahweh Shema Shai. Even going all the way back to the beginning when he was a serpent. Okay? Dealing with all types of enchantments, witchcraft, all right, deceiving the righteous seed, all right, and even up to this very day. This man has done nothing but push and promote nothing but rebellion and anti-Messiah, ungodly energy, all right, impious energy all throughout the four corners of the earth. So guess what? As it said, therefore what? An evil messenger is going to be sent to this man. And literally, when you go into that word messenger, it means angel. You know? That angel that sits at the right hand of the Father is going to be sent to Esau Edom, who seeks nothing but rebellion and wickedness throughout the earth. You know?
In the middle of the Lord, we're on the behalf of the right hand angel of the Lord Yahweh Shai. So we serve our purpose of casting this place down via prophecy. All right? That great millstone. You got it.
Rock shall protect the Lord. So the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
It's in the hand of who?
The Lord.
It tells you in the book of Psalms, I believe, the 75th chapter. The Lord shall come either from the east, the west, the north, the south. But Yahweh by Hashem Shai is the judge. What time up?
This is Sirach 10:4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Job 9:24 says the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So the earth, out of the hands of the Lord, was given into the hands of the wicked, Esau Edom. Go ahead.
And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
And in due time, that due time has passed. Time. 16 around 1969, all right, Abba Bibbins, okay, the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, from the apostles on down to the least of us, all right, the spirit put life into those dry bones. What was life given unto those dry bones to say and confirm? The brother brought it out earlier, Revelation the 14th chapter, fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, don't take the charagma, America is going to be destroyed. Babylon has fallen. Esau Edom is cut off. All right? The son and the nephew, the precepts we'll be going into, man. Surely the oppressor has ceased. You got it, brother. But the brother illustrated it in 2nd Ezra 11th chapter with that lion being Yahweh. That's likened onto the word. The prophets are out, and we're synonymously pulling the society down, pulling down that image, pulling down that statue, man. You got it, brother.
Back to second issues.
All right, this is second Ezra, chapter 11, verse 39. 37. And it says, and I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the wood. And I saw that he set out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said, hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, art not thou it that resisteth of the four beasts? Remaineth of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, and the end of their times might come through them.
Right. So basically, speaking out against the revival of the fourth beast system, okay, which would be fulfilled through America, NATO, and the EU. You know, the times of the Gentiles will be fulfilled. All right, once the Lord brings this system down, you see, and the angel in this chapter is expounding that to the prophet Ezra right here. Go ahead.
Read it one more time, Mike. I got a precept for you.
This is Second Ezra chapter 11, verse 39. It says, art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts?
Of the four beasts that remain in America, so not the fifth beast. Go ahead.
Whom I made to reign in my world.
In the Lord's world, so the Lord is controlling America, and thus the basis of man, Esau, Edom. Go ahead.
That the end of their time might come through them.
So Esau, the end is going to come through you. This is 2 Ezra 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Salaki, I'm going to start at 7. Salaki, 2 Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. The heel of Esau. And it says, what shall be the parting asunder of the time? So basically, how do we know, Lord, when the righteous is going to be put up and the wicked is going to be pulled down? And the Lord says, when Esau, Edom comes into power. 2 Ezra, the 11th chapter says, the end of those times might come through him, man. All right? So when the wicked bear rule, the people ultimately mourn, which we see the earth is mourning under the rulership thereof. All right? So when, like the brother alluded to earlier, when the Lord puts us back into power, guess what? That's going to shift the course of nature from out of course to in course. Shift things from upside down to right side up, man. Isaiah 9:6, the government shall be upon his shoulders, that Lion of Judah. All right? Yahushua, it says 2 Ezra 6 and 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, ultimately symbolizing that prophecy would take this rulership out of power. All right? Prophecy would take Esau, Edom, and the wicked out of power and put these heathen nations, starting with Esau, in fetters of iron. All right? To execute the judgment that is written. This right that the Lord give to all of his saints. We want to partake in that, man, in righteousness. All right? That's why we're prophesying the downfall of this wicked and perverse nation. The word perverse goes in the contrary, to turn the other way. All right? 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Just backing that up.
So Esau would be the main biblical nation to be ruling at the end of this current world, this current aeon, this age. And as we also see in prophecy, the revival of the fourth beast system, the ancient Roman system, will be in power over the earth here in these latter days as well. So through the Spirit, if you can link 2 and 2 together, Esau will be the one ruling over the revival of the ancient Greco-Roman system, you know, at the end of this earth age. You see?
That's right. Because when it goes into the Obadiah 1 and 1, it addresses the chapter to Edom. It addresses it, and the Lord puts you at the very first verse, man. Who he's talking about, man. And you've been identified as the least, the international banking family. And the Lord got y'all catching L's now, man. Y'all getting judged.
They dropping like flies.
You see what I'm saying? So you're not going to escape the penalty, though. You're going to come back into those shackles. 1,000 years is a day to the Lord, but it's a period of time where restoration and a cleansing is to be had. So you're going to come back in the loins of your forefathers, Esau. And guess what? You're going to come back into slavery. You're going to be cast down into the earth. Into that field, boy. In the sweat of your face, you're going to eat the bread. The curses are going to be upon our enemies now, man. And a righteous rulership is to be had. Go ahead, brother.
This is Second Esdras, chapter 11, verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were passed.
Overcame all the beasts that were passed, the ancient Babylonians, the Persians and the Medes, the Greeks. Go ahead.
And had power over the world with great.
And the ancient Roman Empire. You got it, bro.
It said, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wickedness oppression.
Over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. Now, in times past, did any kingdom or empire have power over the whole compass of the earth? Okay, before the Renaissance? All right, the answer is no. Okay, pretty much the largest kingdom to rule over the earth before the Renaissance was basically the Persians and the Medes. You know, it speaks about in the scriptures how the Persians and the Medes had over 120 provinces. Okay, from Egypt all the way to modern day India. You know, that's how vast the Persian and Mede Empire was. But even with that, it still wasn't the whole compass of the earth. It was just only one region of the earth. So the only empire or kingdom to ever have power over the whole region of the earth is the United States. You know, the United States, as well as NATO and the EU, the revival of this fourth beast system. With much wicked oppression, as I just said, you know, rape, robbery, slavery, pseudoscience, iconoclasm, false history, destroying the foods, destroying the water, destroying the earth, destroying nature. Okay, because even like the kingdoms of the past, although all the kingdoms of the past were wicked, they've never done wickedness on a level that Esau is doing today. You know, just destroying all the Lord's creation on the earth.
Okay, it says again, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
And I want to back that up. This is because brother alluded to this being the kingdom of all kingdoms and wickedness, trumping, right, quote unquote, trumping all the kingdoms before it. All right, especially when Esau Edom came into power, starting with the Greeks. All right, fulfilling ultimately all the way up until this point being that old serpent, fulfilling that NWO agenda leading up into Revelation 13 and 16. They've always had this agenda in mind, right? Back from the Greek Empire, Antiochus. He causes the entire world to be under one order, roughly paraphrasing. This is Isaiah 13 and 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, backing the brother up, this is the glory of kingdoms. America is the glory of kingdoms. No other kingdom on the planet Earth surpasses this kingdom in wickedness. Point blank period. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when our power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So the Lord has coined this place. The Lord even said Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. That's telling you right there that, hey, there's nothing like this kingdom America. Nothing compares to her in hoarding. Nothing surpasses this place in abomination. And making all the other nations drunk, man. America's buying the shots at the bar, man. You got it, bro.
It says, in so long time dwelt he upon the earth with the sea.
Yeah, this man, ever since the Renaissance period, going back 600-700 years, give or take, this man has been running around the earth for centuries. Okay, for so long time, doing nothing, doing what? Spreading nothing but Satanism throughout the earth. Okay, spreading the ways of the serpent throughout the earth for so long time with much wicked oppression. Okay, forcing nations to literally bow to his ways via the sword. Okay, just going to the history of
colonizing.
Yep. Going to the history of Christopher Columbus and guys like John Calvin, you know. You got it.
I was just begging you about it. You got it.
Yeah. The conquistadors. All right. Going to the history of what the
Spaniards.
Yep, the Spaniards. Going to the history of what the French were doing during the time of Napoleon. Okay, going throughout the different nations, especially going throughout places like Africa, and oppressing the dark nations throughout Africa, the Hamites as well as Jake.
The Lord says, he enlarged himself as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did, and the scriptures say, James the 7th chapter, more stout than his fellows. So he looks down on these other European nations. He looks down on the planet Earth. He sees himself as the big dog on the scene, man. And everybody else is the little pawns. But he's the pawn in the Lord's chessboard, man. All right? The Lord says the deceiver and the deceived are his. So who's really pulling the strings? Esau Edom is no more than a player on the board, man. He's just doing the left-handed will of the Lord. He's subtle. He's careful on the left-hand side. Like the brother brings out from time to time, his right hand is a right hand of falsehood, roughly paraphrased. Now, how do you have a right hand, but it's a falsehood? Meaning what? You come under that deception, that simplicity, but it's really evil, man. And it's going to lead up to him administering this Revelation 13 and 16. And that's ultimately going to be a manifestation of prophecies that the end shall be brought through him. Literally. He's trying to usher in his order, and he's going to be taken out of the way with that same order that he's ushering in. That's heavy. The Lord said, man, I should perceive nothing but dust and smoke. I should not lift up any instrument of war against his militaries, man. You know what type of power that is? That's the power that we're working for right now. We're working right now for our power, man. For our salvation. It's on the line. This is the month of the Passat, man. That crown of life is on the line, man. You got it, bro.
You read earlier in Revelation 15 where it speaks about the elect getting the victory over the beast and its images and its charagma. And ultimately, this whole entire earth needs victory over this damn beast. Okay?
Yes. Thanks.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 11 and 41. For the earth has thou not judged with truth.
Yeah, this man hasn't judged the earth according to the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? He's ruling over the earth against the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai. He's destroying the family structure. He's turning men into women, turning women into men. Okay, mixing and mingling with the seeds of the fruits and the vegetables. Okay, mixing and mingling the animals. Creating different species of animals. His court system is all unjust and corrupt. Everything that this man has set up in these other days is against the truth of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yes. Everything that he promotes, everything that he signs off on is wickedness. Pure, deep, utter confusion. And that's all we're seeing, because the more days pass by, the more confusion we're seeing. The more weird, odd, contrary behavior we're seeing. Man. Perverse behavior is getting more and more up to the ceiling. And the scriptures say her sins have reached onto the heavens, and the Lord have remembered her sins. Man. So everything that's going on in America, the Lord is calculating it with the holy angels. Whether you believe it or not, that's okay. Whether we believe it or not, it's okay. Prophecy is still going to be fulfilled. That's why I said the crown of life is on the line, man. We're literally fighting for our salvation on and off the camera. The Passat is coming up, and that Passover mindset, we shall proceed. You got it, brother.
All right, back in 2nd Ezra 11 and 42, it says, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and have cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
Right. And a great example of how Esau has done the things that the brother just listed is what he did to the northern tribes, especially Gad, the so-called North American Indians. Gad, Esau came to the shores of what we know today as North America. Gad showed them how to live on the land, how to make beef jerky. Gad even showed Esau
Natural medicine.
Yeah, natural medicine.
The herbs.
Because as a matter of fact, this issue brought that up. Because when you go into the history, like when these Edomites, when they came from Great Britain onto what we know today as the Americas, the so-called New World, as they called it back, back during that time, a lot of them Edomites were dying on the journey as they were crossing the Atlantic. They were dying from what they call maritime sicknesses. You know, and the doctors and the physicians that Esau had on those ships, they weren't able to figure out, how they were catching them or how to cure them. But then eventually, when they got over here, Gad was the one who was healing them up. Like the brother said, using the natural herbs, okay, and the things that were on the the surface of what we know today as America. God was showing them how to get into the herbs and the fruits and the vegetables that were native to this side of the world and healing them up.
Yes.
I
Man.
got one right here.
Okay, I got one after you.
This is Psalm 55 and 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. The words were softer than oil, yet they draw swords. So, they came to Gad, in a so-called peaceable way with his smooth words. Okay, and what? War was in his heart. And what? He drew the sword, man. Smallpox. All right, killing off a lot of the buffaloes so that they would starve out a lot of the Indians. All right, the treaties that he made with Gad and then broke them, over 500 plus. Okay, so, this devil, man, he's not only done it to our people, but he's done that to the world, man. All right, everybody, man, everybody that he's dealt with, man, everybody that he's, did a transaction with, man. All right.
The Aborigines of Australia. That's another example to back you up.
Yeah.
And the East Indians, during the 1800s, during the days of Gandhi and stuff like that. Elam was over there, making deals with the British, trading particular things with them. And what were the British doing in return? Okay, during the 1800s, oppressing them, okay, dismantling their government, doing all types of wickedness to them.
Can I make a quick point? Because 2 Ezra 11 and 42 says, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. And Esau, Edom ultimately did that in turn to the nations. But now the shoe, look how the Lord is putting the shoe on the other foot in Obadiah. This is Obadiah 1 and 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And it said that Esau, he was hurting the peaceable. So now the Lord put the shoe on the other foot. Now those that were at peace with you, now they're getting ready to hurt you. All right? That's right, brother. So we see through prophecy, the Lord can turn the king's heart to whither way it goes. And the Lord can turn the scene whither way it goes. Of making someone in rulership 1 minute and then the next minute they're a slave. That power is given to the Lord, man. And that's just the shift that we're seeing right now. This extension of the Roman Empire is being cast down and the righteous are being put back into the judges' seats. You got it, bro.
This is James chapter 5, verse, let's start at 1. It says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. It says, your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. It says, ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. It says, behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord, Sabaoth. All right, so your gold and your canker are I mean, the gold and your silver is cankered because what? You got blood money, man. All right, you got your money by blood, by death and destruction, man. All right, and that's the reason why you're gonna be taken by the same sword. He that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword, man. All right, so the same, so by the same token you're giving, you're gonna receive, man.
That's
All
right.
right.
And it's cankered, it's rusted, like the scriptures say. So as a rusted sword is his wickedness, and all the parasitic behavior you spread throughout the earth, Esau, you're gonna drink of that cup now. All right, it's gonna be turned onto you, and these nations are ultimately gonna turn their nuclear power and shoot their arrows over here, even your allies. So the Lord got something for you, man. All right, you too, Brutus. Is that how you say it? You too, Brutus. All right, that experience is about to happen for you, Esau. All right, you got it, bro.
I got one. This is Revelation 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to the works in the cup which she hath filled to her double.
That's right.
Right. Hey, so the Lord in Revelation 18, as we all know, is speaking about the judgment against Babylon the Great, which is America. So the Lord, because of the wickedness of this place, the Lord is going to reward double to Babylon the Great. Okay, double in judgment. All right. Because, hey, our forefather Jeremiah, he referred to this place as Marathiam, which means what? Double rebellion. So,
Right.
so guess what? This place is going to receive double judgment. You know, judgment by the nuclear missiles and judgment by the chariots of Yahushua and the angels. Okay, that's two different types of fire right there. That's a double judgment.
Yes, yes.
We go back to 2 Kings 11, 43.
This is 2 Ezra 11 and 43. It says, wherefore is my wonderful building come up? 2 Ezra 11 and 43. It says, wherefore is my wrongful,
Therefore is died.
therefore is thy wrongful building come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty.
Right. Your sins have reached up unto the heavens. You know? So all these wrongful dealings, all right, injuries and unjust gain that Esau has done, okay, throughout since the Renaissance up until now, it's all has come up to Yahweh Shemashah in these latter days. You know, and that's why the Lord is making that inquisition. You know, because you got to think about it. Let's say you have a building, right, that's multiple stories high. If you have a bunch of ruckus that's going on towards the lower floors of the building, then ultimately the head of that building or whatever that sits at the top floor, he's going to hear all that ruckus and he's going to wonder what the hell's going on down there. Let me see what's going on down there. Well, that's what the Lord is doing. Okay, the Lord is hearing all this ruckus being done on the earth via the angels, as well as his elect sighing and crying and reporting these things back to the Lord. So now the Lord is making inquisition to see all the ruckus that's going on in the earth and see who's behind it. Okay? And that's Esau Edom through this beast system. His sins have reached up unto the heavens.
I got that. Revelation. Did the brother read that? Revelation 18 and 5.
I think you read verse 6.
Okay. Revelation 18 and 5. For her sins have reached onto heaven. Verse 4, I start at 4. I start at 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her fornication, the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Yep. So all the sins of Esau Edom, especially through America, has reached up into the heavens. You know, like they have this expression in the world, you know, had it up to here. Well, the Most High literally has had it up to here in the heavens with the wickedness of you Edomites, you devils. Okay? destroying his people, destroying the earth, destroying the nations, putting all this poison all over the earth, destroying the foods, okay, destroying the water, destroying the family structure. All right, all these things. The Lord said that he's had it up to here with all your wickedness, had it up to the heavens. You see? Which is why, as a reason, the very next verse after that, the Lord's going to reward you double, bring double destruction upon you. Yes,
Verse 5 again, I read it. Revelation 18:5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and our power have remembered her iniquities.
yep. So the Lord has to remember all your iniquities. You know, these Edomites, they always like to tell our people, oh, you know, forget about slavery, forget about the Trail of Tears, and forget about, you know, all
Black Wall Street.
Yeah. The Lord said he didn't forget. He remembers your iniquities, you know. He remembers all the stuff you've been doing ever since you came out of the caves, how you kicked millions of our people out of Europe and out of Russia to promote your Edomite supremacy and your iconoclasm. He remembers all the things that you've done to the so-called natives of North, Central, and South America via Christopher Columbus. He remembers all the things that you've done to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the so-called Negroid tribe. And so now, now the Lord is getting ready to judge you for all these things, you know.
All right, this is 2 Ezra, chapter 11, verse 44. It says, the highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore, fear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy merciless hands, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body. And all the, it says that all the earth.
And real quick, and how is the Lord going to make this beast system, which is like it to evil, appear no more? By way of fire, you know, nuclear fire, as well as the fire from the chariots of Yahushua and the angels. You see? Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 75, because we was going into it earlier about that beast, that dragon, all right, that extension of the Roman Empire, which is America. This is Psalms 75, and I'll start at verse 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. The scriptures say Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. It says it is full of mixture, and that mixture is talking about the indignation of the Lord. You got the holy prophets on the scene coming out with that fire, and ultimately that indignation of Yahweh Shemiah Shai is going to be a part of that fire and that wrath. All right. Scriptures say this book is filled with lamentations, mournings, and woes. The scriptures also say, I believe it's in the book of Ecclesiastes, also Locke, it says it's better to go into the house of mourning than the house of mirth. All right. So what are you, the prophets of doom? Yes, man. All right. This is a time that you have to have war before peace, man. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter says there's a time and a place, a season for everything. All right. We're not in the season of mirth. We're in the season of a spiritual battle, a spiritual warfare. All right. So it says Psalm 75 and 8 again, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poured out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them, starting with Esau, Edom, the border of wickedness. Verse 9, but I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the power of Jacob. Verse 10, all the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. Because it said, and therefore, 2 Ezra 11 and 45, and therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain bodies. And you go into this chapter, earlier it's going into the different feathers, all right? Going into the ancient Roman Empire, man, the different Caesars, emperors, if you will, ultimately. And that's likened onto America coming back and being that extension. And the Lord is just saying that he's going to cut off these different rulers in the land, all right? These different kings of the earth, all right? the international banking families. The Lord is going to cut off your system, all right? And it's going to be cast into that lake of fire, man. So it says, basically in Psalm 75th chapter, the Lord is going to cut off the horns of the wicked, all right? The EU, NATO, 7 heads and the 10 horns, liken unto that great eagle, all right? But the Lord is going to cut it off, man. But it starts with the word. You got it.
I got one more scripture backing up the destruction. All right, I'm gonna just start at one. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. And it came to pass while the lion spake these words unto the eagle. All right, I saw. All right, and the lion being Yahushua, it says, behold, the head that remained of the four wings appeared no more, and two went unto it, and said themselves unto the rain.
Set themselves up to reign.
Yeah, God. Set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small and filled of uproar. All right, that's going into Julius, and it's also speaking about the four kings. All right, and it says, and I saw, and behold, there appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt, so that the earth was in great fear. So that's going into the great eagle is America. All right, Babylon being what burnt up with fire. All right, and as it continues to say, it's basically just Daniel saying that he was terrified by the dream. And then awoke I out of trouble and transferred my mind and for great fear and said unto my spirit, lo, this thou hast done unto me, and that thou searchest out the ways of the highest. So basically, man, Yahushua, Yahweh Yahushua is going to what? Destroy the evil, man. He's going to destroy America, Babylon is great. And when you look back on all the kingdoms of Edom, all right, he always had the eagle as what? His mascot, his logo, his emblem, all right? So that's how we identify who Esau is, and that his what? His kingdom is going to be burnt up. It's going to be destroyed. All right? It's going to be wiped off. It's going to be wiped off the face of the earth. All right? That's it.
You can read chapter 11, verse 4 to 6.
All right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 46. And it says that all the earth may be refreshed and may return.
Return what? Return back to its natural state, its life-producing state. After this system gets burnt down, as the brothers been going into throughout the lesson. Okay?
It says, being returned and made return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and the mercy of him that made her.
And that's what this earth is hoping for the sons of God to be made manifest on the earth again. You know, for the righteous rulers of the earth to be set back in their power. Okay, starting with the Son of God, which is Yahushua. You know, so that what? Once again, so that everything on the earth can go back to its natural order, its natural state, and be good once again, just as it was in the beginning, in Genesis, the first chapter. You know? So
this is 2 Peter 3 and 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right. A new heavens and a new earth. A new heavens representing what? A new government structure, a new governing body to rule over the earth. Okay? Salakia, a renewed governing body, shall I say, as that word new goes into. All right, so
like you said, it says that all the earth may be refreshed.
Yep.
New heavens.
So a renewed heavens, okay, a renewed governing body over the earth is going to lead to what? A renewed earth, a refreshed earth. You know, the earth being brought back to its natural, glorious state. Okay, yielding its strength once again. All right, and it's all going to take place when Esau, Edom, and his beast system gets taken down. Because once again, this system, Esau rules this system off of the vibration of the serpent, which is what? Death. You know, rebellion against Yahweh Shemal Shah, and against his order, and against his nature. You know?
I got one more scripture here. This is Romans 8 and 19. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the sons of Yahweh.
Yeah. This earth is crying. Hey, this earth is sighing and crying, just like we're sighing and crying day and night. Well, the physical planet Earth itself is sighing and crying against this wicked rulership. Okay, crying out to the Lord to make manifest His sons once again, starting with His begotten Son, Yahushua. You know, for the righteous rulers, Allahayim, to be the rightful rulers and judges over the earth again. You know.
Right.
A little bit more. All right. It says, verse 21. It says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh.
So the whole creature of the Lord, starting with the Israelites, His people, and as well creation as a whole. The Lord's creation, His people, and the planet Earth itself is waiting to be delivered out of the bondage of this corruption that rules over the earth. You know, because hey, like we stated earlier, according to Revelation 15, just as the elect need victory over the beast in this image and this charagma, the earth itself needs victory over this beast as well. You know,
It tells you in Isaiah the 14th chapter, trees breaking forth into singing when the oppressor has ceased. Roughly paraphrasing. See the trees rejoice, man. It's gonna be one big breath of fresh air, man. We're gonna be able to breathe again. Literally, breathing could kill you in this society, man. That's how toxic it is. From the environment to the mindset, but that's another lesson you gotta go.
For we know it that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. That's right, and we can see that, man. All right, what Esau has. He has these zoos where people go to see wild animals that should be in the rainforest and the wild, man. Lions, leopards, all right, these different animals, all right, locked up in cages for other people's amusement, all right. So look on, man, all right. When they really should be in the wild enjoying themselves, man. All right. But that's the oppression of the wicked, man. Because when the wicked rule, all right, the people mourn, and also the world, all right, and the whole inhabitants, all right.
Okay, so Lord willing, this camp speaking was edifying. All right, we already turned and faced the east, so we want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rabakash.
double honors our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone and rule well, as well as teach well, and also peace and salutation to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Baba Ba.
Baba Ba.
Till next time, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Till next time, Shabbat Shalom.